With the ever-rising prices of luxury handbags these days, you probably think you can't afford Louis Vuitton anymore. Gone are the days when you can find Louis Vuitton bags under $3,000, let alone $2,000 or even $1,000. Well, I'm here with good news for you today. I have found 25 Louis Vuitton bags, it's actually more than 25, that you can still find under $1,000. They are all fabulous bags. These aren't like the junk that nobody wants. These are good quality Louis Vuitton bags, some of which are very popular. Interested? Stick around. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. Aren't we all sick of the luxury prices going sky high these days? It seems like when I look at the prices online, they start around $3,000. So many of them canvas bags that are upwards of $2,000, and leather, forget it. Even the pre-loved market seems to have been going up and up with those prices. However, a lot of people aren't spending these days, and I have noticed a trend of some of those pre-loved prices dropping, like through the floor dropping. I look at pre-loved websites every single day for you guys because I stay on top of this. It's part of what I do on my channel. All for free, guys, all for free. And I have been shocked lately at some of the prices that I've seen and how absolutely low they've dropped, hundreds of dollars, some more than that. And these aren't trashed bags. These are good quality bags. Some of them, like I said, are very popular bags. Definitely things you would want to know about, so I'm gonna let you know about them today. Now, I have mentioned before that I've seen some prices dropping because of the economy right now, and some of you have said, Fashion File doesn't seem to have gotten the memo. Well, that's correct. Fashion File is not on the mailing list about dropping prices. However, they are on the list about offering you less and less for your bags that you're trying to sell to them. However, I wouldn't discourage you from checking out Fashion File. I'll have them linked below. They have some great stuff, and I have found some really great bargains there before. But what I'll focus on today is items that I have found from The RealReal. That is where I've purchased the mass bulk of my Louis Vuitton and other pre-loved purchases, and that's where I'm seeing these really low prices. So I've gone through all the Louis Vuitton bags under $1,000, and I'm going to share today with you 25, really more than 25 bags that I think you'll be interested in, that you could find for a fantastic deal. And if you like this video, please let me know in the comment section, because I'm also thinking about doing some follow-ups to this, like maybe Louis Vuitton under $500 or leather Louis Vuitton bags, because by the way, I forgot to mention this, all the bags I'm talking about today are coated canvas. I was going to do just everything, and then I realized there's a lot here. This is more than one video, so I'll do leather in another video. Let me know if you want to see any other brands as well. 3 very quick things to note before we get started with these 25 bags. One is that I have not clicked on every single one of them because there are too many for me to do that with, to check out the condition on all of these. But for all of them, I think there are multiple listings. So if you come across one that's terrible condition, look for other ones. You can still find them in the same price range for better quality. Another is a few that I have clicked on. I've noticed not only do they have this low price, but they also have a 20% coupon off of that low price. So make sure you check that out. That won't apply to everything. It'll only be where it's listed. And the last thing is, I mention this every time I talk about The RealReal, they have something called a First Look membership, which is $12 a month. It's very easy to cancel. And what it is it gives you 24-hour early access to new listings. This is very helpful if you're looking for something specific, or if you're looking for a great deal, because I'm a First Look member and they post new listings twice a day. Once at 9 a.m. and once at 6 p.m. That's Central Time. So you can figure out your own time zone from there. But when they post things that are very popular, like hard to find and there's demand for them, and especially if it has a fantastic price. And the RealReal, they make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes they make mistakes on the prices. For example, I saw a Louis Vuitton locket bag the other day, fantastic condition, and it was about $300. Someone accidentally forgot to put a 1 in front of that, so someone else got an incredible deal, and I've gotten deals like that before. But if you're not a First Look member, you won't see those in the first 24 hours, and you will miss them because other people will snatch them up. So just letting you know as a tip to you, I don't get any kind of kickback from that. That's just for your information. All right, let's get started. And let's start with the most obvious Louis Vuitton bag you can find under $1,000, the Speedy. These you can find for as low as maybe $300, and that would be for the classic Speedy. Now those are gonna be a little bit more beat up, but you can get them up to and over $1,000 in better condition in all 3 canvases, and even some special edition ones. I saw a Sofia Coppola for under $1,000 in a yellow leather, and I saw a Cube bag also in yellow leather. I saw a black and white one that I'd never seen before. That one had some condition issues though. So check that out for sure. And you can even find the Speedy bandoliers. I got one. I got a Speedy B25 in a Ben for under $1,000, and I've seen them listed several times since then for under $1,000. That's a fantastic deal. And speaking of Speedies, they also have tons of key balls for under $1,000. Mostly monograms, so check that out if that's what you're looking for. If you'd like something that's the shape of a Speedy but is not a Speedy, something a little more interesting, you might go for the Berkeley. This is mostly available in a Ben, but I also saw one in Azure, and this has that gold plate on the front that says Louis Vuitton. Beautiful bag. I've always liked the Berkeley. I have even seen some Neverfulls under $1,000. It's usually hard to find them under $1,000. Now I will say most of them were the PM size, but I did see a few MM as well, but I haven't checked the condition, so I don't know about that. But you may be able to find something under $1,000. I got my Neverfull GM and monogram for under $1,000. The Luco tote. I'm going to show you a few different totes here. I have always liked the Luco. It's just a little narrow for what I tend to carry. But this would be a beautiful work bag. It has a little more structure to it. I think it has sort of rounded corners on the bottom and 2 thick vachetta shoulder straps. Beautiful bag. The Cabosse. This is a bag I have had my eye on for a while. It can be a little tricky to pick out a Cabosse on the RealReal. It has vachetta shoulder straps, but it also has a vachetta base, and that comes up the side in a little triangle shape. And you really want to look at the base because it may have a lot of staining and watermarks. That's pretty common for the Cabosse bag. And then the corners on the little sides of the triangles that come up, those can be folded out a little bit. So the RealReal has awful photographs. We've talked about this before, but do your best to look and see about that and read the condition. Now, in my experience, the RealReal says that most handbags, if not all of them, are not returnable. But in my experience, I've always been able to return things when there has been damage or other issues that were not disclosed in the listing. They weren't shown in pictures and they weren't in the description of the condition. So keep that in mind, but also don't buy something that you think you're going to send back and count on being able to. Just be careful with that. I can't guarantee that they would take a return, but they've always done it for me. The Cabosse comes in 3 different sizes. I believe the 2 smaller ones have a zipped top, but the biggest one doesn't. Next up, the Alma. You can find a bunch of Alma bags under $1,000 in the coated canvas, but you can also find leather ones. I found, and this may be on the First Look membership right now for the next half a day or so, I found an Alma BB in black epi leather with everything. It has the shoulder strap, the clochette, the dust bag, the box, the tags, everything, full set. The only thing I saw in it was one slight little scuff on the corner, and it wasn't even on the bottom corner. It was like on the side. There was just one little mark there that you might be able to buff out, and it was only $975. Let me look up real quick. I was blown away by that because that is a fabulous deal. Let me look up real quick how much that would be new. Brand new, that exact bag is $1,960. That's some big savings. You get $1,000 off. Full set. Go snatch that thing up. I'm tempted. I'm just not an Alma person. But if you are, there's that one, and there are lots more. The Tivoli bag and the Palermo tote. These are part of the same collection. If you want a tote go with the Palermo. If you want more of a hand carry bag, go with the Tivoli. That one comes in 2 sizes, I believe. I think the Palermo comes in more than 1 size as well. These are beautiful. They have the pleating. They have some feminine elements to them, in my opinion. I've always loved the Tivoli. And if you'd like a bag that's this shape but not monogram, you could get the Verona bag, very similar to the Tivoli, and it's in ebene, so it's all weather. Another popular bag you can find under $1,000 from Louis Vuitton is the Galliera. This is a nice shoulder bag. You can get it in monogram, ebene, azure. It comes in 2 sizes, I believe, PM and GM. Beautiful condition on these. If that's something you've had your eye on for a long time, now's your chance to get a great deal on it. There are several Hobo tote kind of bags that I group into the same family that you can find under $1,000. The Delightful, I have the original model Delightful in the PM size. I love that bag. It's about the size of the Neverfull MM, but it's so soft and smushy. That's one of my favorite bags in my collection. I love that thing. So the Delightful, the Berry is very similar, the Regia, and the Sully. And then there's another one that's the newer model of the Delightful that I always forget the name of. I didn't see any of those under $1,000 when I just looked, but very possible you could find them. Whatever its name is. Somebody help me out and let me know in the comments, please. You'll know what I'm talking about though, I'm sure. Another fantastic tote bag, if you need something that has a zipped top and some pockets on the outside, is the Totally. I know Winnie B LV bought one of these for her daughters to use as baby bags. Those pockets on the outside would be great for bottles. And I saw the Totally, you find it most often in monogram, but I saw one in ebene as well. Along those lines, the Iena, that's another zipped tote. It has a zipped pocket on the outside. Very popular bag. The Ilovo, I'm not sure I've seen this one before. This one's in ebene. It's another zipped tote. The Solea is another zipped tote. I like Neverfulls, and a lot of people complain about them because they don't have a closure on the top, like a really secure closure. That has just never ever bothered me, but I know a lot of people want a zip top. So that's why I'm telling you several totes I found that have zip tops. This bag I have always loved. The Sharon Stone Amphar bag. This is like a mix of one of those zip totes and a Hobo and the Noe, because it has the vachetta kind of structured base of the Noe bag. Speaking of Noes, I didn't have these on my list, but you can definitely find those under $1,000, especially leather ones like the Eppies. But anyway, the Sharon Stone Amphar bag has that structured base and vachetta, and it's a monogram body with a zip top and one handle that goes over like a Hobo. It also has some interesting organization inside, so if you've never seen that bag, go check it out. The Manhattan bag, this is an older bag that came back into style within the last couple of years, and if you missed out on that, they have a few under $1,000 that look like brand new vachetta. So if that's your thing, again, now's your time. Oh, the Trevi. One of my favorite bags. I used to have, you guys know the story if you've been around my channel for a long time. The Trevi comes in 2 sizes. I used to have the bigger size, the GM, and I traded that in for a PM. If you're interested in the Trevi, if you like the shape of it, I highly recommend the PM and very much don't recommend the GM. The GM is like carrying a suitcase around, like a piece of luggage. It's just huge and heavy and bulky. The PM is a perfect, beautiful little handbag. I love it. And I say little, it's a good sized bag, but beautiful. Recommend. If you want a crossbody, there are several Bloomsbury crossbodies for under $1,000. I know those are pretty popular. The Retiro, another one that was popular a few years ago, and the prices started skyrocketing, and now you can find them under $1,000. This is a beautiful bag. I would like to get one someday in monogram with black leather. There are several Retiros under $1,000 right now. Love those. The Sac Plat. You can find these in a variety of sizes, mostly the monogram ones, but there are some Epi ones as well. The Tulum. Now, just like when I mentioned the Tivoli and the Palermo, the Tulum has another bag that's in the same collection, and I could not find it. But some of you will know what I'm talking about, and you can tell us in the comment section below. Beautiful bag. I love some of the details on this, that rounded shape of it. It's such a pretty bag. That's probably something I'll add to my collection someday. The Favorite and the Eva Clutch. I put these together because they're both small bags. You can find them under $1,000 with the crossbody strap. The Eva has a chain. Does the Favorite have a chain? I feel like the Favorite might have a chain. I don't remember. I don't have a Favorite, but I have an Eva. Both beautiful bags. Both used to be super popular. You used to see them everywhere. Now I don't see them anymore. Why is that? They're fabulous bags. Go get one. The Normandy. This bag is beautiful. It has the monogram canvas on the front and back, And then the sides are leather. I saw a black one and a light pink one. And then it has these really pretty ebene handles. Or was the whole bag ebene, not monogram? I think it was ebene. That's what it was. And it has this lock on the front. Beautiful bag. Also fantastic for work. And if you love the Murakami multicolor line, you can find quite a few of them still in great shape under $1,000. I found the Trouville, which is like a bowling bag. There were Almas. There was this Greta bag, and there were other ones as well. And that was the 25th. I know I didn't count down because there were really more than 25 in there since I paired a few together. But that brings us to the end of this video. Of course, there are lots more bags from Louis Vuitton that are under $1,000, but these are the ones I thought you might be most interested in. I hope this is helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.